Your Worship the Mayor, my Lord, ladies and gentlemen, pray silence for Mr. Nigel Barton, the Labour candidate for the constituency of West Barsetshire.
I too can promise not to keep you too long. No, don't bother. If the same people who clapped the last speaker so enthusiastically also clapped then please don't bother. I can do without it. Do not misunderstand me, ladies and gentlemen. Rudeness for its own sake is a distressing thing.
Hear, hear.
I have no desire to be churlish. It's simply that suddenly I've had enough. More than enough. I too would like to swap bromides with you. I too would like to think of my country's greatness every time I flush the lavatory.
Be polite, I said. Polite.
But no, I'm sorry, I can't join you in this euphoric make-believe. Not anymore.
Hallelujah.
We are not characters out of Alice in Wonderland, are we?
You are. What's the matter with the fella? Drunk?
Yet we have just had put before us by a man brave enough to shake another's dirty hand the marvelous picture of a hitherto prosperous, classless, opportunity-free Britain basking in a rare contentment. Now, we've all just had a good dinner. A privilege, of course, not enjoyed by the vast majority of the world's people. Fat black flies suck away undisturbed at the vacant eyes of newly born babies, and the dogs wait to eat the watery excrement left by starving beggars on the stinking pavements. But we've eaten well tonight, and no doubt we're all feeling pretty good inside. But that's no reason why we should pretend to believe in rubbish.
Marvelous. Great.
Surely the first fact we must face is that all three parties are stuffed with aged tub thumpers and superannuated old windbags. To most intelligent people, party politics is synonymous with claptrap. To be a candidate is to submit to a personally humiliating experience in which the set smile freezes on your face like the grin on a corpse. Dead ideas, dead thoughts, dead slogans, all of them sicked up on your own doorstep. No wonder people are disgusted by this gruesome charade. This withered apology for conviction, compassion, and passion, which ought to be driving through all the apathy, bewilderment, and cynicism which even the antediluvian guest of honor here tonight realizes is there.
Sit down.
Just in one moment, sir, as soon as I've filled your 3 bags full, sir.
God, please make him choke.
Let us just examine this myth of affluence, this cheap-jack assumption about the opportunity state. My father, for instance.
Have you got one?
My father has been a coal miner for 41 years. Although it's only fair to say that some of those years were spent on the dole. Some of them were spent kicking tin cans, marching to London, and some of them were even spent eating bread and dripping sandwiches during the grouse shooting season. But now things are better. Oh, yes. People like you don't spit in his eye quite so easily. And my parents have their bingo. And their Daily Mirror. And beat the clock at the London Palladium on the telly, which they've also got. Oh, yes, there's no possibility of them being shunted into an old folks' prison. Not while I'm alive, anyway. But my father could draw an apple on the white margin of a newspaper. So good so ripe, so perfectly rounded and shaded that you just ached to pluck it off the page. When he talks about the past, he remembers the color the sky was, the way the sun glistened and glinted on the belts and buckles of the village brass band, and the slow, damp feel of the mist flopped out along the bottom of the desecrated valley, the dark lane with the drooping trees, roots heaving up above the poisoned soil. But his talents, so long unused, are now unusable. And his sensibilities, so long blunted and derided in the holy name of the money grubbers, are swallowed up by the bright, gay new exploiters all around us. And if he coughs now and again, if he spits against the hot bars of the grate and makes them sizzle now and again, if he's got the rattle of coal dust in his chest, well, it doesn't really matter very much, does it, folks? He can get into the local cinema, half price, Monday and Wednesday afternoon. And it doesn't matter very much if 1.5 million old-age pensioners have to apply for the national assistance in order to live a reasonably decent life. And that's why I object to the cretinous lies which are being spouted out here tonight. We in Britain have got cricks in our necks from looking backward over our shoulders at the alleged glories of the past. For God's sake, let's try and be honest. Just for once.